Hi there, welcome and thanks for joining us on Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. As usual, we share our daily reminder regarding the need to adhere to the COVID-19 protocols. Wear a mask, practice social distancing, wash your hands regularly or sanitize and get vaccinated. There's more coming your way after this important message. Stay tuned.
Encourage those around you who have not gotten their vaccine to get it. We all need to be protected for each of us to feel protected. It's a one for all for one type of scenario. Don't use the side effects to discourage others. Because I've had the vaccine myself. It is your body building the protection against the virus. And so interpret the side effects as a positive thing. Don't use the side effects to not take the second dose. To achieve the full protection, you need the second dose.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is collaborating with private health facilities to increase the number of vaccination sites island-wide. Learn more about this effort to boost government's national vaccination program.
We had said some time ago that the response to COVID had to evolve over time. And we're trying to move the process to the next phase. And today, I think, is a good occasion because we now are in a position to add outlets to the vaccination opportunities that are available. So we have gone through a process of advertising a request for proposal or RFQ. We have received a number of proposals. Those proposals had to conform to requirements that were established. They basically, those who are here and others, have said this is what we can do, this is how we will do it, and this is what it will cost to get it done. And having reviewed that, the first group of individuals or entities, numbering 11, have been selected for this private-public partnership for vaccination. We're very proud of the team that is here, the persons, the entities that have been selected. We believe that they are very qualified, technically and otherwise, to be a part of this process. And we are happy to partner with them in a way that allows the public health infrastructure, the public health technocrats to provide some oversight to ensure standards are maintained, but nevertheless giving these entities the autonomy sufficient to inoculate. It's a simple process. We provide the vaccines free. We will help them to promote themselves, their locations. People go there or make appointments and they get their vaccination. First dose, second dose, as the case may be, and they will have the capacity to collect their dosage in a time period that allows them to store safely, and of course all the other supporting equipment, the observation that is necessary, all the things that we do at the national arena or the other locations, these entities will have to comply with it. So it's not a different system. It's the same system, same standard, but additional outlets. And these entities would have met those requirements. When the public access these vaccines, the government has a contract with these entities to allow them to recoup their administrative cost. The vaccines are free. The government has already paid for them. And the service to the public is free. That's very, very important. So Jamaicans now have more outlets. Let Let me just go through quickly what the requirements are of the entities. They are to counsel vaccine clients about the COVID-19 vaccine before vaccination. They are to do observation post-administration of the vaccines. They are to have systems and protocols in place to handle possible urgent adverse events following vaccination, and to secure sufficient quantities of vaccine associated with supplies such as personal protective equipment and specialized storage equipment, and to maintain a steady supply stream for the delivery of the services. All that we would require of the public health infrastructure would be required. In addition, they are to maintain vaccine records and documentation, as well as to provide a completed Ministry of Health and Wellness COVID-19 vaccine card to every vaccine recipient, and to dispose of waste associated with the service.
This is an innovative and bold step that is being taken to get as much of our population vaccinated in the shortest possible time. On behalf of Bay West Wellness Hospital and Clinics and the partners present here today, I am excited at this opportunity that has been provided to us to participate in private provider vaccination program. Minister Tufton, you can rest assured that we continue to stand beside you in the fight to rid our shores of this scourge.
Today for us marks an important development in our efforts to vaccinate at least, hopefully more, but at least 65% of our population, hopefully before, but at latest by March 2022. And this, of course, is in pursuit of herd immunity against COVID-19.
Did you know that there are medical, academic, and social benefits of doing a sport?
Exercising regularly can reduce the risk of non-communicable diseases such as cancer and stroke. Working together promotes important life skills such as teamwork, leadership, problem solving, and mutual respect. And competing nurtures sportsmanship and lasting friendships, as well as improves self-esteem and resilience.
So join a sport today and enjoy these benefits.
The Magazine High School track and field program has been producing good results with star athletes. In our Western Roundup segment, we visit the school to find out the key to their success.
Inadequate training facilities, COVID-19 and limited athletes were just a few of the challenges faced by the Magati High School track and field team as they made preparations for Champs 2021, but they were not to be deterred. Today on Western Roundup, we head to St. Elizabeth, where we sit with some of the team members from the institution after breaking their 24-year drought to place 10th in the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships. Stick around.
Magati is on an upward trajectory. We are working with our students despite the pandemic to achieve excellence. Our students have been proving themselves in various fields, especially in academics, but also in sport and other co-curricular activities.
There's a popular saying that goes, when the time is right, things will fall into place. This is something the students and staff at the Magati High School in St. Elizabeth are affirming. The last time the school placed in the top 10 of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championship was back in 1997. 24 years later, though recognizing there is still a long way to go, they are basking in their recent success, having placed 10th overall in the boys' competition.
We have always been involved in champs, but we have not necessarily been at this level. But though we have not been at this level, I have noticed that we have had national representatives. We are having a student that is currently on the way to Tokyo for the Olympics. We had 2 semi-finalists at the national trials. There are 2 students now that are doing very well on the United States track and field circuit. So though we were never a major force in champs, we had individual students pushing the button and doing well.
So what can be credited with this change in fortune for the Magotty High School family?
The game changer for the institution as it relates to track and field have been 2 major persons and their push for the program. Mr. Jan Leslie, as the manager of the program, he has a passion for track and field and he has devoted his life and energy into ensuring that this track program is up. And we have, I think, arguably one of the best high school coaches in the island. And though we are not able to compensate him at the level commensurate to other schools, he has decided that we are going to work together to craft a program, a 5-year program, and we're going to use it as a development tool. So though we have not been a major force in champs, it has been work that has been done, the seeds have been sown, and we are now starting to see some semblance of the results because we are still not where we know we are going to be some years from now.
Though humbled by the vote of confidence being showered on the coaching staff and the students, the head coach at the institution, Tyrone Miller, gives thanks for the additional time the team received as a result of the pandemic.
We have to give thanks for the whole pandemic this season because it actually give us more time to prepare the length because most of my athletes them actually came in late. So the length kind of help out us a lot.
The student athletes, on the other hand, are beaming with pride, having done their best despite the challenges over the past year.
We don't have a good field, but coach used the best of it, sir. And according to we, say push ourselves, sir, and we see, but at first, this is the up and down, so we didn't have confidence, sir. But you see, after West Champs, we dominate, sir. Yeah, little bit of confidence build, sir. And then Champs, we dominate.
The competition I get in the 1500 meter this year, I'll try to see if I can claim 1 more medal next year. It helped me with the highlights, and maybe in a few years it can help me get a scholarship at a college.
My first year, I think I did pretty well. I'm proud.
So, as preparations get on the way for the next track and field season, we believe it is safe to look out for greater things from the Magotty High School team.
There's more to come. The main objective is to try and remain in the top 10 and try and create as much from the lower class. Because that's one of my main strong points.
Magotty High School placed 10th in the boys competition, having received 21 points, and 26th in the girl competition, having gained 5 points in the 2021 Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championship.
Thanks for joining us for Western Roundup, where we take you from the corners of St. Elizabeth to the hilly terrains of St. Anne. We may be in your neck of the woods next time, so look out. Remember to send your feedback to jismobe@jis.gov.jm. Until next time, take care.
It's the 11th staging of the JIS Heritage Competition. Students, show your national pride by entering the essay, poster and photo competition. Primary school students, enter the essay competition. Triumphant, proud and free. Use this phrase from the song Jamaica Land of Beauty to explain our nation's heritage and achievements. High school students, design a poster that best portrays the phrase triumphant, proud and free. And university students, capture a photo that depicts the phrase triumphant, proud and free. Submit your entries by October 31. Visit jis.gov.jm for competition guidelines. Triumphant, proud and free. The JIS Heritage Competition 2021.
Our children need to have proper parental guidance and protection, as well as a nurturing environment to flourish. Keep watching for some tips from the experts.
Wouldn't it be great if children came into the world so well adjusted or with manuals, therefore eliminating the need for parental discipline?
This is not the case, however. Parents usually apply their methods or they depend on strategies taught throughout generations to guide their children.
8 in 10 Jamaican children in the 2 to 14 years age group experience violence as a form of discipline.
Coercive parenting involves the physical administration of pain as punishment. It also includes the use of harsh language that has the potential to hurt children's feelings and affect their general self-esteem and development. It also fosters aggression, because what you're really teaching children is that when there is an issue, we must resolve the issue through harshness, through aggression, through coarse language. There's a direct correlation between coercive parenting and the aggression that we see actually in society.
Damaging disciplinary practices have moved outside of the home and into the national consciousness. Children need guidance, and many wonder if not with the rod, then how? Enter the National Parenting Support Commission, NPSC, an agency of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. The ministry established the commission in 2012 to provide parents with the requisite skills and tools to raise children.
We work at 3 tiers. We work at home, school and community. Our first and most important priority, however, is to ensure that we're fostering the home-school relationship. We must ensure that parents as key stakeholders feel involved in the entire process of educating their children.
Now, to do this, the Commission assists parents in several ways, including providing psychosocial support, assisting parents with understanding the teaching-learning process, and conducting parenting education programs.
Through our effective parenting courses, we push proactive strategies. In other words, you are going to put structures in place before behaviors that you don't desire actually show.
Parents and guardians should consider the child's developmental stage when determining the best method of guidance.
A child who is very young, we encourage play. The child must be playing, and even the teaching learning processes must include play, because this is how they develop their imagination, their creative skills. This is how they also learn to resolve issues and to problem solve.
Young children, especially infants, are at the stage where they don't know right from wrong, and they can be impulsive. They may touch items that are valuable or dangerous. Usually, it is best to remove the child or the object from such a situation.
We don't believe you're to spank any at all, because that's a part of coercive parenting, and we don't believe that coercive parenting works. So what we encourage you to do, though, is to be firm and to be consistent. So if it means you have to say, do this instead, or do not go there 1,000,000 times, then that's what you have to be prepared to do.
The teenage years can challenge both children and parents. With the physical and chemical changes happening in the body, teens may act out as they may be unsure of their place in the world.
This can be a very difficult time to navigate. So we ask that you start relaxing some of the very stringent rules, and you also have conversations and you compromise.
And to address challenges, caregivers can remove privileges.
If the child becomes stubborn, has a fixed mindset, if you will, that this is what he or she is going to continue to do, then you might need professional help. You might need to call the commission, or you might need to call a social worker or a guidance counselor to help.
Being a proactive parent means setting clear boundaries, letting children know what is acceptable behaviors and why rules are in place. And don't forget to model behaviors you want young ones to display. There may not be a one-size-fits-all for raising children. By assessing the right information and using effective parenting techniques, we can nurture adults willing to play their part in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. To tap into information from the National Parenting Support Commission, call 876-967-7977 or visit their offices at 37 Arnold Road, Kingston 6.
An early start can be the springboard to success. And this goes for just about every field, including becoming a hands-on agriculturalist. In this next feature, we'll look at one boy showing keen interest in the family business at a tender age.
Due to the pandemic, children are more engaged in online schooling at home, and you are probably wondering what else you can do to keep them engaged. Have you considered agriculture? It is a good way to get them outside and active, teaching them responsibility, the value of hard work, making money, and even entrepreneurship. Nicoy Kernaldi is proof that the strategy actually does work. He took his lessons and became not only a successful farmer, but an agricultural educator.
I have been involved in agriculture for many years now, as far as I can remember, because my parents are both farmers, and growing up in a farmer's household, it was automatic that I developed the skill and also the interest. The strategy that my parents would employ is that though their farm is the main farm, but what they would do, they would give you, let's say, 24 tomato seedlings, and you'll plant those for yourself. So you'll start practicing how to care them, and then you'll harvest them, and then you'll get all of that money. So I started to see the benefit from very early. What my parents did again, they gave each of us a female goat. So we would start the reproduction from early, and that money would go towards our savings.
Imagine what life would be like for your children, rearing their own animals, growing their own produce, making their own money. Just think about it. If you're still not convinced, meet our 5-year-old friend O'Neill Grant, affectionately called Chris, from St. Elizabeth.
Me go take the goat, me feed the fowl, me feed the rabbit. Look at mommy, mama. Come, mama.
Yes, you have rabbit and you feed them on time. Like sometimes when you go in there, you clean out the coop and you catch water and you give rabbit. Otherwise, you feed them for them. See, you have chicken neck up and feed them same way. Before Chris 3-year-old, Chris always go and come. Go and come. So after that, follow me go bush on time, watch how me tie goat them. Sometimes he say, Mama, I want the rope to tie. So sometimes he give me rope to tie, he go and get way. Sometimes I go down there and get way. So I say, all right, Chris, come show you if you tie goat. And he say, all right, Mama. So when Chris start tie goat them, then don't get way again. So it get used to now, till he never remember say, if you go by mother, I just me want to steer it. If me a plan go and help me, anything me I do, he help me. Till after that now, me thought me a raise for chicken them same way. He get up on my time, let me open the coop, he help me feed them. He start give them wash out the pan, give them water same way. When if he pluck, he catch them and give me them, we kill them. So everything me I do, Chris give helping on the night same way.
And Chris manages to do all this while still making time for his online classes.
When we give Chris a goat, Chris say, Mama, you send the goat turn big, I want to sell him and buy a cow calf.
My goatee, my goatee.
If you ever right now, so sometimes like what I get in trouble now, we dry him and hug him up and put in his head and I like I do so rub him down so I keep myself calm. Like when the sun hot at the time now, he say, Mama, give me one pan. And Chris take a pan, catch water pipe and go give every one of them water. And come back. And I even know when we reach I'll say 3-4 o'clock, Chris say, Mama, come ready, we are going to figure out them get them in. Yes, he get used to it, So sometimes when we up here, in the bush long time, go give them water. And sometimes when we look out at what, he get them in already long time.
So you say Chris going to be a farmer?
Yes, I want to be a farmer.
I want to be a farmer, yes.
So if you don't have a farm or yard like Chris to rear animals or to do farming on a large scale, then utilize your backyard and your containers. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle. You can sow seedlings or plant a small vegetable garden and sell your excess to your neighbors. Here's a secret. If you plant okra, once those okra trees start bearing, you can reap every 3 days. So imagine selling at least 5 bags of okra at $100 per bag every 3 days for, let's say, a month. Imagine all that money that you can make. Do the math.
Practice good hygiene by washing your hands frequently using soap and water. Here's how you should do it while conserving water. Turn on the tap to wet your hands, then turn off the pipe. Lather your hands and the tap with soap. Turn on the tap and wash your hands, back, front, and in between fingers. Use some of the water to wash off the tap, then turn it off. Dry your hands with disposable hand towels. If you don't have running water, use a hand rub containing 62% or more alcohol. If hand sanitizers are not available, rubbing alcohol, Dettol, white rum, or household bleach will do the trick. And if all else fails, let hand washing and the handling of potable water be a two-person event. Each person will take turns pouring and washing hands with sitting water. Now is a good time to consider installing a tap on your containers to reduce the risk of water contamination. Faucets can be easily attached to drums, buckets, or 5-gallon water bottles. And to ensure that the outside of the containers are clean when recapping, disinfect it with hand rub containing alcohol that's 62% or more. The 5 R's of water conservation are also necessary to practice. Reduce water wastage by investing in water-saving devices. Reuse water at least twice before discarding. Replace leaking pipes, faucets, and other plumbing equipment. Recycle wastewater and use it for gardening, car washing, or cleaning of public spaces. And reclaim water through rainwater harvesting. We all must play our part to ensure there's water to combat the coronavirus and stave off prolonged drought.
We've come to the end of Jamaica Magazine for today. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for another show. Until then, there is more to watch on our website, jis.gov.jm, or YouTube channel. You can also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson, urging you to take the COVID vaccine, wear your mask, keep your distance where possible, wash your hands, and sanitize, and do stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.